Hey guys, it's Lisa with Are You My Cousin? And it's Thursday, so it's time for another YouTube live stream where we talk genealogy. So I'm so excited to have you guys join me today. Feel free when you come in and join me to let me know where you're from. Just drop that in the comments. I think it's a lot of fun to see where people are from. Hey Debbie, thank you so much for joining me, and all the way from Big Bear Lake, California. Debbie, you have to remind me, what part of California is that in? Is that more northern, more southern? I am not really sure. But I am so glad to have you guys. I'm actually coming to you from North Carolina, so I'm on the eastern part of the U.S., and we are having some lovely cloudy, rainy weather thanks to the tropical storm Bertha that blew through yesterday. But we're never sad to see rain because we do need the rain around here too. So I am so glad you guys are here. This has been a really busy week. This has been an exciting week for me here over at Are You My Cousin? I have been busy working on fun things for you guys that are up and coming for the summer. Yesterday, I was able to present a Facebook Live over on the My Heritage Facebook page. So it's over there. You can watch it again, the replay if you missed it, where I talked about some uncommon genealogy resources that you might have missed in your research. It was a lot of fun to be able to join them, and I really appreciated My Heritage inviting me and letting me chat with their viewers. So hey, Louise, again from Japan, so at 4 a.m. Japan time. Oh, Louise, thank you so much for showing up. So Debbie said, you are 60 miles east of Los Angeles in the mountains at 6,700 feet. Wow, that's high. But I'm sure it's gorgeous. I miss getting to travel to my beautiful North Carolina mountains. Hopefully we'll be able to do that again soon. Hey, Lily from Mississippi. So Louise, you know Big Bear, you're familiar with it. I had forgotten, Louise, that you were from LA. That's right. So, well, welcome everybody. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, guys, as you come in, absolutely feel free to say hello. If this is your first time joining us on a live, welcome. Feel free to drop a comment if you have a question about what we talk about. If there's something you want clarification on, if you want to just share something, feel free to drop it in the comments. I do monitor those as we go along, so I would love to share your comments with everybody. Today we are talking about that family Bible, and I really would love for it, if you don't mind, as we talk about this, let me know if you have found a family Bible and where you found that family Bible. Was it in the family, or did you happen to find it accidentally in a library somewhere, in an archive somewhere? I'd love to hear some of the different places that you have discovered family Bibles that you use in your research. So hey Dave, thanks again for joining us this week. And Martha, you finally made it, yay! And Paul is from Arkansas, and Linda is from Fuquay Varina. Nice, Linda. So she's basically on the other side of the county from where I'm sitting. That's great. And we have Kathy from Ohio. Nice. Oh, I'm so glad you guys are here. Okay, so this week I had a new blog post out there on Family Bible. And one of the reason I felt kind of compelled to write this, and I've written other things about the Family Bible in the past, is that I've been having some conversations as I talk with other folks, and I always ask, have you seen a family Bible? Does a family Bible, is there one that you can use in your research? And usually what I hear, unfortunately, is usually, no, we don't have a family Bible. And I actually thought that for a long time on one side of my family, but only to discover that there really was a family Bible, and the fact that it just wasn't necessarily on my side of the family. It went down a different line of the family. So there was a family Bible. It's just I didn't know that it existed. So I wanted to share some of that experience and that with you, so that kind of inspires you to start looking for that family Bible. But I also want to share with you some places to go and look for that family Bible that you may not have thought of previously. So I'm going to go ahead and put in the comments. This is the blog post that I wrote, so you can go back and check afterwards. You're welcome to go back and look at that blog post where I have everything spelled out and all the links there to places to search that I think will help you out. So one of the first places, and I love this actually came from my website, or excuse me, the Facebook page. I had recently written about, as I said, this blog post, and I posted on the Facebook, I think it was in the Facebook group, may have been the Facebook page. And a young woman, she put up there, she said, this absolutely blew my mind. And what she did, she'd had a screenshot of her phone where she had texted a family member and said, is there a family Bible? Do you know of one? And the reply back was, yes. And she just laughed. She said, I just have to tell people, don't forget to ask the family. So I thought that was a really great illustration. Sometimes we forget to ask the family if there's a family Bible. And in my case, so perhaps maybe, your immediate family doesn't know. Ask those cousins, because sometimes they know where the family Bible is. I had an interesting thing too. Make sure that you're assessing all your clues in your genealogy research to determine if that family Bible exists. And the reason I say that, in a past post and in a past YouTube Live, I've talked about the delayed birth certificates. I discovered the existence of a family Bible through a delayed birth certificate, because that birth certificate was for my grandmother, and she had to prove her birth and her birthday. And one of the sources that they had to show and to prove her birth date was the family Bible. Now, the interesting thing was, I didn't know that family Bible existed. And so when I saw that, I immediately reached out to cousins that were like second cousins at that level, and they did tell me who had the family Bible. So it was a really great way. I just hadn't even asked, and I just discovered it not accidentally, but I guess serendipitously, I discovered that there was a family Bible. Now, guys, you may notice my screen just got kind of dark. We are getting ready to have a big thunderstorm come through, it looks like. I'm sitting here looking out my window. So in the event I have technical issues, sit tight, I'll be back on. But I just am looking at how dark this storm is coming at us. So that's why the screen's starting to look like I'm sitting in the middle of the night. It is quite dark out there. Okay, so let's talk. Where else can you find that family Bible? Well, certainly you can ask the family. But the other thing that I would encourage you to do would be to check the archives, the state archives, either the archives on site or check their digital collections. Now, more and more archives I'm seeing in digital collections are doing like family type record collections, Bible collections. So they may be collecting Bibles or digitizing Bibles for families who live in that state or that local area. So for instance, the North Carolina Archives does have an active scanning project going on for Bibles of North Carolina families. Now, they do not keep the Bibles. They actually, if you bring it in, they will scan it. And so they're not keeping the Bibles and taking them out of the families, but they are interested in getting those scanned and getting them available for people to research, because they recognize the value of those Bibles. So I would encourage you to check those and check back often. I just did a quick search recently, just last week, at the digital collections for North Carolina. Definitely the numbers of Bibles had gone up, but I was also just did a quick perusal to see what all was in those. And I was seeing scans of original Bibles, but I was also seeing transcriptions. So maybe they didn't have an original, but I had seen some transcriptions. I was also seeing notes about things that had been tucked into the Bible, like little notes or funeral cards or things like that that had been tucked in that they had digital photos of. So I would encourage you to check back often to see if they are adding to those collections. So, and I'm going to pop over here and check the comments. I see them flashing by my eyes. Cindy says she just found a family Bible. Oh, this weekend. Oh, how exciting. It was kept with very old family photos in a box in a garage at your dad's house. Now you're going through the boxes and boxes of photos from when your dad saw the house. Oh, wow. I'm sure that is a huge project, Cindy, and probably one you are enjoying so much. Just a tip as you go through those boxes of photos, Cindy, try to keep family groupings together, or at least take photographs, know which ones came together, and so that you keep your family groupings together. It helps with identifying those later on. But I'm so excited that you found that. Oh, yes, she said the handwriting is very hard to read in those Bibles. Yes, it is. And one of the things that when you are going through that family Bible is you might notice different handwritings, and that'll kind of indicate to you sometimes how it was passed down. You can see the different handwritings indicating a different person made those entries for that. So that's a really exciting find. I'm really thrilled for you. Cool. Martha said, you found a Bible in a humpback trunk of your grandmother's house. Absolutely, the trunks. The one of the family, actually, it's not a family Bible. It's where I found the old family photographs came from. That was in a trunk, again, in a grandmother's trunk, that in my case sat in a barn in Southern Virginia for 50 some years. And it's amazing anything survived, but things survived quite well there, which was quite surprising. So Lily has a notarized copy of the family pages from the family Bible. Yes. So your step grandmother had it notarized so your father and his brothers and sisters could get a license, birth, and certificates, etc. Yes, absolutely. That was something that was important to do. My grandmother did something similar. So what Lily's talking about is when, our grandparents may have been born prior to the use of birth certificates. So if they were looking at that point later in life, and in my grandmother's case, she was trying to get a passport. So she had to be able to prove who she was and prove her birthday. So she actually had to use the family Bible as well. So absolutely, having those notarized pages can be very helpful. Debbie said, yours had leaves and dried flowers in it. Oh, how fun is that? And your husband's family Bible with names you hadn't found as yet. Yeah, when you find those names that you didn't know before, that's always so exciting. I found names in the family Bible that I didn't know. They were children, unfortunately, who died very, very young. And then others were just adults. It was kind of like the only mention of the marriage, and then that particular couple left the area and nobody heard from them again. So yes, that's a really good place to sometimes find those type of things. So if you're struggling to find that family Bible, definitely, so check those archives, but there's some places online that you can check. Now, you can actually search family Bibles at like Ancestry, at Family Search, and the big databases. They don't typically have as many, but if you don't look, you'll never know. So make sure you are looking for there. Another good place, if you haven't tried yet, would be Internet Archives. So they also have family Bibles there as well, some dating back quite a ways. I did a quick search just on the terms family Bible recently over there, and on the very first page, it came up. I mean, that was a very broad term, very broad category, and came up with about 10 that appeared on the first page. So that was a good way to go to. Other places to look at would be like the DAR has a collection. Unfortunately, you can probably check eBay. Unfortunately, sometimes these things do show up on online auctions. And so when that happens, go ahead and set up alerts like on eBay, so that if you are researching the Johnson family, and so you set up an alert on eBay so that if photographs or the family Bible for the Johnson family Bible term shows up, is listed on eBay, you'll get an alert, and then you can see if it's one that's appropriate for you, definitely. So definitely one you want to take a look at. Other places to look here, and I'm going to take you over and show you how I do this actually, is WorldCat. Have you guys ever considered using WorldCat to search for a family Bible? And I'm actually going to share my screen here so give me just 1 second, and I am going to pop over and show you how I search for that. Now, when I do that, I won't be able to see the comments for a few minutes. So, but go ahead and make a comment, and I'll be happy to pop back in. All right, let me bring that up. There's that. Here we go. Okay, so here we are over at WorldCat, guys, and the address is worldcat.org. And you've heard me talk a lot about WorldCat. Think of it as a large card catalog for like all the books in the world. Or I'm exaggerating a little bit, but not by much, certainly. But it's like a large card catalog for a library. But you can also search for family Bibles. So where you come down, it's very easy. You just come right down to this area, and you can search books, DVDs, CDs. I usually just leave it on everything because I'll typically am kind of searching for everything, but you can certainly narrow it down. And in this case, I'm going to search for Talbot Family Bible. Now, Talbot is my maiden name, although we spell it with 2 T's. And I'm going to search. Now, these are the results. Let me pull this down a little bit. So there are quite a few results, as you can see. I think I ended up with about 155 and results. And so the first one, obviously, there must be some Talbots listed in there somewhere, even though it's just for the Britt family. But look at this one here. This is the Talbot Family Bible dating back to 1753. Okay, I'm going to be interested in that one. Carson Talbot Bible. Here's another one. That's one. These are both, it looks like, from the DAR, or this one's, yep, DAR as well. Another one for family Bibles. Here's the Family Bible of Talbot M. Wilson. So this is Talbot as a first name. So this is a way to start looking for family Bibles. Now I'm going to show you, I'm going to click on this Talbot Family Bible right here, because this would be one, absolutely, just the dates alone that are triggering, are piquing my interest, definitely. Now, when I do that, and when you do that on any of these in WorldCat, it's going to take you to the page, more information. It gives me a little bit more about this. I know this is microform. I know that it was published by the Daughters of American Revolution, the Marietta chapter out of Ohio. It tells me a little bit about who, just a very quick summary. So I know it's mainly Richard Talbot. There's his wife. They had 7 children, and this is a second wife that he had as well with 11 children. So this would be one that I might want to look at a little closer. The nice thing I like about WorldCat is it will tell you where a book or where your listing is. Now, in this case, it's at the Family History Library in Salt Lake, and it is in microform. So that might be a little bit harder to find, but it tells me where it is. And I would then, at that point, be able to pursue trying to find a copy of that. So that's one way to look for a family Bible. And I never really thought about it that much previously, but it works really, really well. Let me go back to that main page. And just to show you again, so I could do, say, another one might be the Carr Family Bible. And oh, that's nice. Here we have one right up here at the top there again. So again, these family Bibles are here. You might get a variety. Sometimes it's you get a different surname, but generally indicates that maybe the Carr family might be found somewhere within its pages. But I would absolutely encourage you to use WorldCat to try to seek out those family Bibles. There is another place you can go to check out for family Bibles, and that is Google Books. And you guys know I love Google Books. So if I want to see if there is a Talbot Family Bible in there, I can see the listings that they might have. Here's a tip. If you are looking on Google Books for books, you want to go up to any books right here. I like to go to the free Google Books because I'm frugal, and that's where I'm going to start. And that's where I'm going to start to find information on the Talbot family and references to a Talbot Family Bible. So that's another good place for you to go and see. All right, let me come back over to you guys and see what you guys have, if you guys have any comments or questions. I don't know if you guys have used WorldCat before or Google Books to find a family Bible, but I wanted to show you those two because I don't think we typically think to look there. We think to look on the genealogy databases. We think to look on the digital collection side of archives, but we don't always think to look and use a WorldCat type in that particular way, or to use Google Books. So I wanted to make sure I showed you that as well. One other place I wanted to mention to you would be the Digital Public Library of America, DPLA. You can also find family Bibles there. So you've got some options to look at. They're not always just within the family. And if they've left the family, you still have some options to do to actually find. Because even when you're finding that Bible down a collateral side, maybe it doesn't have everybody in your family in it, but if it's got the connection that you need, you're golden. And you're good to go on that. So that would be one of the things that I would recommend that you do. Once you find the family Bible, I'm going to encourage you to spend some time in it. I think that's probably a give me. You guys are going to want to spend time in it, but really analyze that family Bible well. I actually have a post that I'll drop in the comments about how to analyze that family Bible, looking at the date of publication, looking at the handwritings, looking at the dates that are involved in that family Bible, so that you make sure that you are interpreting it correctly and that you getting the most out of that family Bible that you possibly can. One thing I would like to caution you about when it comes to a family Bible, because this actually tripped me up in my early research and caused a big stumbling block for me when I was researching. I actually was only able to see a transcription of a family Bible, but felt like it was pretty good, and I had seen several, did see that the dates were right. But the problem was in the way they referred to, as you guys have heard me talk about my fourth great grandparents, but my fourth great grandmother was Sarah Blanks, and the way she was referred to in the family Bible should have given me a clue that she was, yes, she was the mother of the children, but she was not married to their father. I should have been able to pick up on that based on the clues, but I didn't. So make sure as you're spending time and going through, make sure things match the way you think they should, and use what I call your genealogy gut. Does it set right? Does it make sense to what you're finding? So that you know whether the assumptions you're making are correct or not. So that's a big one. And do remember also that not everything in the family Bible will always be correct. Okay. Again, if the dates look a little off to you, or something's not right, somewhere in your research you may have an issue. It could be a different record, but I have seen errors in family Bibles as well. Typically, those are ones that have been copied. They've copied the older dates out into a newer Bible when a new Bible was started. So just keep that in mind as you're going. So Debbie said, have I contacted the DAR, and how hard is that? Debbie, I have not personally. Actually, when I contact the DAR, I usually I have a friend who is a registrar for a DAR chapter, and so I will actually contact her and ask her for her help to find those. But I don't think it would be that difficult, because the family Bibles for the DAR are in their library catalog online, so you can find it online, the listing for it. Now, I don't think they have those digitized, so you might have to call up there and ask about how to view one. If you see one that you're interested in, you may need to call up to their DC headquarters and ask how to obtain a copy of that. I don't think it would be that hard, because they want to help people find those records and make those connections. So yeah, I'd give it a try. I don't think it would be too difficult at all. And you may be able to order it directly off the website. I'm not 100% sure on that. I know other records you can for the DAR, but I'm not 100% sure on the Bible, on the Bible copies. So yeah, I think that would be a good thing to try. All right, guys, as I start to kind of wrap things up, go ahead and drop in any other questions that you might have about family Bibles. Again, go back to this week's post, because I did write about, I have some other places over there you might want to explore for that family Bible. Check out the MyHeritage Facebook Live. Again, it's in their video tabs now, I think, over on their Facebook page, which was a lot of fun to do. And I would love it if you would hit the subscribe button here, just down in the bottom. I think it's on your right-hand side that you're looking at. So you can subscribe to the Are You My Cousin YouTube channel, and that way when I post new videos, which I do twice a week, you'll be notified, and you'll know that there's a new one up for you to watch, so you don't miss any. So yeah, I would love it if you would do that. And it also keeps you guys coming back and helps me out as well. Let's see, what else have I got here? Yes, if you have missed previous YouTube lives and want to go back, they are also all on the YouTube channel, so feel free to pop back into those and check those out. And if there is a topic that you particularly want to hear about that I haven't discussed yet, I would be happy to, I'm open to suggestions, and would be happy to, create some topics that maybe we haven't talked about before, because I can talk about genealogy pretty much all day long, as you guys have figured out. So yes, I would enjoy that a lot. So I hope you guys have a great day. Best of luck finding those family Bibles. And when you do, feel free to, again, just leave me a comment or either here or on Facebook letting me know kind of maybe where you found that family Bible and what you found out, because that's kind of like it's like the one big thing in genealogy that we as genealogy researchers want to find is that family Bible. And they're so incredible to go through. It always breaks my heart when I come across them in antique stores. Occasionally that I hate to see them there, because you hate to think that they've gotten out of the family. But anyway, sometimes it happens. All right, guys, have a great day. I hope you are very successful in your research, and I hope that you're going to be successful tracking down these family Bibles. And I hope to see you over on the website too. Have a great day, guys. Bye.